and welcome to New Hope for Today. My name is Pastor Andrew Hise, and I'm the pastor at New Hope Friends Church in Goldsboro, North Carolina. Now, I wonder, when would you say is the time that you were the most tired that you've ever been in your life? Just flat out exhausted, just completely tired. Maybe right now you're feeling extremely tired because it's early in the morning and you haven't had your coffee yet, or maybe for you it's late in the evening and you've had a long day and you're done a lot of work today and you're already ready for bed, and so you're extremely tired. I don't know when you were the most tired, but I know the time that I can say I was the most tired I've ever been. And that was when I was younger. I was still in high school. My friends and I decided that we were going to go to a theme park. Actually, we were going to Busch Gardens in Williamsburg, Virginia. And so we drove there. We got up early in the morning, drove there to be there when the park opened up. We rode all the rides. It was a weekday. We just happened to be out of school that day. It was a weekday. We rode all the rides, and we were all around the park. And Busch Gardens is a big theme park that you have to walk a lot, and we did a lot of walking. And then we had this crazy idea. We were all sitting down for like a snack, and we were like, you know what we should do? We should drive to Virginia Beach. It's only an hour and a half, and we can go and we can jump in the ocean. And so we got in our car and we drove the rest of the way to Virginia Beach, and we swam in the ocean until literally we couldn't see, and we all got back in the car. And then, of course, we had the almost 4.5 hour drive back to our home. And of course, at the time, whose job do you think it was to drive home? Mine. And so I set out to drive home, and I did pretty well for a while. But once I got about an hour away, I started to really feel the exhaustion of the day catch up with me. And I was just so tired. I had to turn up the music really loud and did all the tricks, had the air blasting, drinking water, just trying to stay awake in whatever way I can. And we got to where we were about 15 miles from our house, maybe 10 minutes from our house, and I passed by an exit, and I remember passing by that exit, but from there until the time we pulled into our house, I don't remember or recall. I know it was a long time ago, but even that next day, I did not recall that drive. I didn't recall any of it. I don't know if I fell asleep or what, but God providentially brought us home. I was exhausted. We collapsed after that day, just completely exhausted from that day. And maybe that's been your day, that you were exhausted. You had a really long day. You went on a hike, or you went on whatever, and you just came back and you just laid in your bed and were exhausted. Being tired and getting tired is part of the human life. All of us do it. We all get tired at different times. And not just physically tired, we also get mentally and emotionally tired. And I know that this year, 2020, has been a time when we've been very tired. We can get very fed up with everything that's going on in our world, with coronavirus, with all the things, with having to wear our mask, with all these things. But something that really spoke to me today as I was thinking about this idea of being tired, just fed up with everything, is a verse that actually was one of my grandmother's, my nanny's favorite verses, and it's from Isaiah chapter 40. And I'm going to read, her favorite verse is verse 31, but I'm going to read 29 to 31 for some context. Let's read. It says, "He gives power to the faint," that is, God gives power to the faint, "and to him who has no might he increases strength. Even youths shall faint and be weary, and young men shall fall exhausted. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." Now, I remember when I was actually in high school, one of the guys that I went to high school with, this was his favorite verse. And he used to tell me, take this literally, and as it came to sports, he said, "I will quote this when I was getting tired in a game," but it's not what it means here. What this passage means is when we get emotionally tired, when we get these kind of psychological tiredness, that when we focus, when we wait, it says, when we focus on God, have patience on God, wait for him, then he renews our strength. Right now, we are in a time when we maybe feel tired or worn down. We're just exhausted. We're exhausted. And asking, what God are you going to do? We're waiting on him. And that's what we must do. We must put our focus on God. Because in putting our focus on Him, and as we seek Him more, He will give us more and more strength. I know 2020 has been a tough year. We're all tired of hearing of coronavirus. We're tired of hearing about this election. We're tired of hearing about all these things. But today, wait on the Lord. Sit in His easiness. Sit in His presence and feel yourself renewed, your strength renewed. Don't focus on all the other stuff. Today, wait on the Lord, and He promises He will renew your strength. Blessings. New Hope for Today is a daily video devotional brought to you by Pastor Andrew Hise of New Hope Friends Church. New Hope Friends Church is located at 4451 U.S. Highway 70 East in Goldsboro, North Carolina. New Hope for Today. Strength for today. Hope for tomorrow.